how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business. Not because they want to do it, just because they heard it pays, and who the fuck wants to be.
Hey, what's poppin', people? I'm back with another one. This your boy, Lo the Lefty, and you're watching The Open Floor. Now, this segment is going to be about the most recent fight that took place on August the 31st against Vasily Lomachenko and Luke Campbell. That was a good fight. Now, I don't know too much about Luke Campbell, but now I know something about him after watching him go 12 rounds with Vasily Lomachenko. He put up a valiant effort. It was a very good technical fight, and you can tell that there was a game plan, and Luke stuck to the game plan the entire fight, even though the fight didn't go his way. Even when the fight wasn't going his way, he never strayed from the game plan. That shows maturity, that shows experience, and also he does have an amateur, and he's also an Olympic gold medalist, Olympian. So that was a very great fight. Now, what I saw in that fight was, you had a southpaw in Luke Campbell versus a southpaw in Lomachenko, and Luke Campbell was the bigger guy. Luke Campbell used his range, and when he was using his range, it looked like Vasily was kind of trying to find his way. Like he really wasn't able to do his thing and get off and does what he does and pretty much embarrasses you and dance circles around you and punch you in the face and punch you in the body for 12 rounds or however many rounds you stay in there. That's why they call him Lomachenko, aka Loma, aka Lomachenko. And you know where that name Lomachenko came from, because people were quitting on him. Guillermo Rigondeaux quit on him. Nicholas Walters, the Axeman, quit on him. The Axe Murderer quit on him. And Nicholas Walters is the same person who knocked out Nonito Donaire. And we all know what Nonito Donaire brings to the table. Legendary, future Hall of Famer, and he's still winning straps right now, even though he's taken some losses. And Lomachenko is wiping the floor with these guys. Now that he's moved up in weight, you can see the competition, you can see the fights are just a little bit more challenging, a little bit more strenuous. Hence the Jorge Leonidas fight. When Lomachenko and him fought, that was a really good fight. Leonidas was the bigger guy. Lomachenko was being Lomachenko, keeping pretty decent control over the fight. Leonidas was in there, and he had his moments, and he even dropped Lomachenko for the first time in his professional career. Caught him with a clean shot on the chin, put him on the ground. Lomachenko got up like a true fighter and rallied back, took back control of the fight, and stopped Leonidas with the body shot. Same thing, not the same scenario, not the same outcome, but the same thing took place in the Luke Campbell fight. That was a very technical fight. Luke Campbell had a very good game plan, very strong. He came in, he pressured Lomachenko. He was trying to get Lomachenko to get out of his comfort zone, out of his game plan, and try to keep him on the outside. And most of the time when Luke Campbell got in trouble is when Lomachenko got close to him. Because Lomachenko doesn't have the longest reach. And he doesn't have to have the longest reach. He can use his feet. He can use his head movement. He finds his way to get on the inside and and find his angles to strike and counterpunch and frustrate you. And he has sneaky body punches. He has sneaky power. Lomachenko is a very, very, very great fighter, very great champion. Has accomplished a lot in his short time, and short professional fights in his career. Is he the best? Is he the best of this era or the best of all times? I'm not ready to say that yet, especially with someone who has under 20 fights. Even though he's accomplished a lot, haven't really seen much of a blueprint to beat Lomachenko, to be honest with you. So a lot of people want to reference, or some people want to reference him to Floyd Mayweather, basically where you really don't have necessarily a blueprint for somebody who fights like that. Well, there is a blueprint to beat him. You have to pressure him. You have to use range. He has shorter arms. So someone who's a bigger fighter who has longer arms that can keep him at bay, and then find a way to come in and pressure him and use their size, that's going to be your best bet. But at the end of the day, again, that still may not even work, because Lomachenko is very good at making adjustments. He has a lot of experience. He's an Olympian. He's a gold medalist. He has 400 amateur fights. He's stopping these guys that's been in here, champions and former world champions, making them quit, knocking them out, and he's also moving up in weight doing it. So we're going to see what Lomachenko is going to bring to the table. Very impressed with him. Very impressed with how he's able to face adversity, reach in his bag, and show why he's one of the better or the greater fighters right now. Gervonta Tank Davis, that's another great and uprising champion. I'm going to call him a great uprising upcoming champion because based off what I've seen. Now, has he had the greatest or the best competition? I can't say he has, but he's campaigning for it. You know, he vacated the 130 weight division, gave up his belts, moved up to 135 to challenge Lomachenko. I'm not going to say that's why he did it to challenge him, but ironically, he's the Mando to fight Lomachenko. And there's rumors that he may face Yuriorkis Gamboa. Yuriorkis Gamboa is a perfect fight for Tank to make his debut at 135. Yuriorkis is fast. He's an Olympic gold medalist. He looked good in his last fight. He's going to bring speed. He's going to bring action, and he definitely can press Tank. He's not going to go in there and lay down. He can mess with Tank's plans if he wants to face Lomachenko. Now, if I'm a bet man, I'm going with Tank to stop Yuriorkis because Yuriorkis is kind of chinny, and you kind of know what to expect. There's no really a switch up. It's not really an adjustment. It is what it is with Yuriorkis. He's either going to come. He's going to come to you. He's going to box. He's going to use his speed. He's going to try to pressure you. He's going to try to beat you up, which opens him up to get hit to the body and hit to the chin and possibly get stopped in the later rounds because Yuriorkis tends to fade, especially when you start going down the stretch. And I feel like Tank would just find a way to get Yuriorkis out of there. But that would be a good fight. And who am I taking versus Lomachenko and Tank Davis? It's a 50-50 fight to me as of right now. Because Tank Davis is not somebody I'm going to say is just going to get blown out by Lomachenko. It's a very difficult matchup for him. It's going to be a very difficult matchup for Lomachenko. You got someone who's a southpaw who can also counterpunch, who has great speed, great power. And you know, Tank is definitely living up to the nickname, Tank. And we will see how both of these guys can line up and deal with each other's styles. One thing I would say is that fight's not going 12 rounds. Somebody's going to get stopped. Somebody's going to quit, or somebody's going to get stopped. And if it does go 12 rounds, it's going to be a very grueling 12 rounds. And it's possibly one of the better fights of the decade, besides the potential fight with Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford. And one thing I'm not going to jump the gun on, just like a lot of people jump the gun and say, well, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr., we want that fight next. Wait a minute, Errol Spence has to get past Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter is the WBC champion. Shawn Porter has never been a slouch, and he's going to come to bring it. We'll see what's going to happen with Vasily Lomachenko and Gervonta Tank Davis. Thank you for watching The Open Floor. This is your boy, Lo the Lefty. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when I'm dropping more videos. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. This is Open Floor, which means that it's open to everybody who wants to leave their comment, give their opinion, give their views. All I ask you to do is be respectful, respect the other comments, all right? Ring the bell.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they